no idea what I'm doing. Oh, no. Man, just what a great year for movies, man. There were generally a few misses last year that weren't typically great, but overall the selection last year that were released in 2022 have been nothing short of phenomenal. So I thought, in regards to the new year, not generally any personal favorites aside one, but the ones that I had the most to say about in no real particular order. Disclaimer, by the way, if you are offended by my opinions, good. This list that I've entirely constructed is my opinion and my opinion alone. Not yours, not your best friend that you're probably watching with right now and saying, hey, look at this idiot. He likes movies. It is my opinion, okay? No one else's but mine. And if you do agree with everything I say, you are probably a sheep. But I also like you because you have good taste in movies. Let's just get into this stupid. Alright, let's just get this one out of the way. Morbius sucks, and everyone knows that. Out of all the films that I've watched this year, this is easily just the worst one I've seen because there's just nothing here to grasp. No morals, no themes, no fun. It's not even so bad it's funny to laugh at. It just feels like a waste of time with lame action and stale characters. But its absolute worst crime is that it could have been any genre out there. Horror, body horror, mystery, dark comedy, anything. It could have been anything. Instead, it chooses to be a standard carbon copy superhero flick for a Spider-Man villain who is a vampire, no less. No life or care or just personality at all. There's absolutely nothing to this film, and that is why I believe it is the worst thing to have been released last year. Nothing to laugh at, nothing to argue at, nothing to cry at, nothing to love at, just nothing. Also, Morbin Time was not funny. 1 out of 10. I just don't get why, out of all of Spider-Man's rogues gallery, they chose Morbius. Like, what is a Morbius? The Spider-Man doesn't even like Morbius. Like, watch this. Excuse me, Mr. Spider-Man.
Yeah.
Who's your least favorite villain of all time?
From myself.
What? A friend of mine requested me to talk about this movie, so anyways, here's Barbarian. Sure. A film that doesn't take itself too seriously, especially with its weird premise, which in return leaves a twisted but fun horror flick that keeps you on the edge of your seat constantly. And keeps you entertained. As an added bonus. Isn't that crazy? The ending didn't quite stick with me, however. I felt like all the puzzle pieces were there, but despite my weird issue that I can't even explain with the ending, it didn't take away my enjoyment from it, and I was pleasantly surprised throughout most of it. I didn't mind this film's existence, and I only wish for more projects like this to be out there. Solid 8 out of 10. I don't have to joke. I don't have a joke to end this one. It's good. It's good. How did I spell Morbin wrong on the script? What? Wow. What a kick-ass film, dude. I can't remember the last time I left the theater watching a comic book film just being completely and utterly just blown away by just everything about it. From its pitch perfect script to its hauntingly beautiful cinematography to its echo-inducing booming score, everything, and I mean everything about the Batman was perfect. Besides that one scene with the Joker, I didn't really care for that scene all too much. But this is the definitive Batman to me. And Bruce Wayne to an extent. And I only just want to see more of these characters and more of this world. I also wanted to mention that a lot of people don't really care for this take on Bruce Wayne solely because he wasn't a part of it, or if he wasn't in it that much. That's the word. We don't see Bruce Wayne much throughout the film. It's mainly Batman focused. And while I do wish that we did see Bruce Wayne a lot more in his personality and who he is, I think that Bruce Wayne's exclusion throughout most of the film is kind of the point. This Bruce doesn't know how to be Bruce. He does know how to be a great detective and learns to be an even better hero, but that's about it. He only views himself as this masked persona that he puts on night after night as vengeance, as hope. He lost that internal connection with himself. And I think that's why this film feels so personal, not only to me, but it seems like everyone, most people. Man, I just love this movie so much, man. And I only wish to see these kinds of passion projects to be released under Warner Bros. And DC and all that stuff. DC's going in the right direction. What did I give this ranking on this movie? 9.5 out of 10. That's valid. In my list of notes for this film, the only thing I put was I want to give this film a hug. No, I am not okay. I'm absolutely positive this will get a lot of controversy and people will obviously argue with my take. Of course, I expect nothing less. But We're All Going to the World's Fair is my favorite film that has been released in 2022. If you have not seen this film, which is pretty likely because it's not well known, I severely recommend it. But for the ones who have seen this movie, keep watching because you know what the hell I'm talking about. This film should be boring and overused on the trope of uh-oh, internet bad, which is so outdated and repetitive and overused, and oh my god, dude, we get it. Twitter sucks, dude. I get it. But strangely enough, the only thing I could think about from this film was the peace and the sincerity that left me. In a twisted sort of way, it kind of reminded me of myself. How I would scour the internet at 4 a.m. watching things that a kid from the mid-2010s probably shouldn't be watching. Either it be ghost sightings or conspiracy theories or just anything a kid my age just shouldn't have been watching. I have too many words to say about this film. And frankly, I don't know how to say any of it. Maybe my vocabulary is just low. Maybe I just secretly just don't like the movie. I just don't have anything to say about it. I don't know. I swear to God, guys, I do like the movie. But despite it being a horror drama, I felt comfort in its strangely weird isolation. I felt everything our main protagonist was going through. Maybe it's just the nostalgia coming to me, but every shot, every frame, every just minute detail just spoke so much to me. This film just feels so personal and heartwarming. And I love it for that reason. This is probably the most important thing I'll ever watch. 10 out of 10. Yep. I guess at the end of the day, man, it all just comes down to the idea of feeling. I'm a firm believer that films aren't about plot or logic, but about feeling. How does this world make you feel? How do these characters make you feel? How does this thematic purpose that is being told make you feel? I've wanted to become a film director for my entire life, for what it seems like. And constantly, for years now, I've been asking myself this same question: why do I want to do this so much? Why? What purpose does it make? Why am I trying so hard to desperately pursue this dream of mine if I don't even know why I want to do it? And not too long ago, I finally answered that question. And while yes, it was a very, very underwhelming question, it was powerful, and I meant every word of it. It's nothing more than just makes me happy.